Hey everybody, this is a continuation of Phase 5. I said, why not? Let's have a Phase 5. Um, so I made a couple of short recordings and forgot to turn off my mixer, and it ended up being so short that I'm going to put them all into one video, and I just wanted to say howdy before we got started, so howdy, and let's get started. This is song 1, the only one that's not written by me, and I'm still not going to try to pronounce it. It's the pre-Nazi Germany national anthem. As promised, I took the settings from Conspirators and I put them here on this, so let's see how this sounds with those settings. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Wow. Well, that worked out pretty well, didn't it? In my right ear, this seems a little bit loud, so I'm going to pop that down to 2 more decibels. Not quite twice as quiet, or half as quiet, half as loud. Whatever. Let's try that again. As you can see, the compressor there is doing its job. Yay for sidechain. As this one has no vocals, this is it. That's the mix right there, and I'm pretty happy with how that came out. This is prologue 11 o'clock, and this promises to be pretty short. Slight wrinkle from the previous songs. This only has 1 Les Paul and 1 Ibanez. I set them at the same values as I did for Conspirators, but since there's only one of each, that may necessitate a change later. We'll see. All right, we'll see. Well, let's see how it sounds now before I do anything else. All right, before we even get to the vocals, I'm going to bump this up just 1 decibel. Let's see how that goes. Let's put us back where we were. We're right before the vocal starts, so I'm going to put us there when we start again. In the interest of science, I don't know. Let's start up and pick it up where we left off almost. 20 July 1944. Meeting today in the wolf's lair. Maybe the end of the war. The soldiers prepare, the soldiers in place, ready to follow through. Fatherland calls, he is the one. Soldier knows what to do. All right. All right. I don't know if you saw, I dragged both of those vocals down a little bit because they were too strong for the rest of the mix. Or maybe they were just too bad. I'm not sure. I'm going to probably re-record those, but I'm pretty consistent with my levels, even if I'm bad. I also dragged down the quiet set of cymbals by 1 decibel. It seemed pretty prominent at first, and as soon as the second half, where the ride kicked in, it was much louder than it needed to be. So, I'm happy with this, as you should be, and I'm willing to say this one's in the bag. All right. This is song 3, The Soldier's Nightmare. As you can see, I've taken the Conspirators settings and what I've learned. Oop, I don't know why that's so low. And what I've learned since then, at least as regards to these guitars and the vocals, and I have made some adjustments. So let's hear how this sounds with this setting, and let's go.
Twisted and rising, crosses and flames.
Let the children come unto me.
Voice of children sings out his name.
Let the sick come unto me.
Jackboots and helmets marching to heaven.
You are my
Leaves looking victims to right where they fell.
Touch my soul and show me cure.
Homeland race, blood soil mother. Homeland race, blood soil mother. Homeland race, blood soil mother. Sacrifice.
All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. It's like I said in the very first Phase 5 video, Conspirators is very representative of the sound of this album. And the mix settings seem to have transferred perfectly to this part of the project. And I'm willing to call this. And that's it. That is it. The first 3 songs are done just like that. Yeah, all thanks to the consistency in the recording process, at least as far as it goes in the Chateau Tom here. Your mileage may vary, obviously, especially if you don't have a very consistent source sound. I don't know. Once you're in a different type of setting, if you're using, if you're miking amps and you have a variety of sounds in your song or in your album, of course it's going to be different for you. But for me, since I record everything DI and then reamp after, everything's very consistent, so I'm able to easily take settings from song to song within a project. And now that that's done, next week, Assassins, probably, which is song 5, and then Acid Fuses, which will probably be a video all on its own because it's a 10-minute instrumental, and there's a bunch of different stuff in there. There's basically the same number of tracks, except instead of vocal tracks, I have some slide guitar. And well, we'll see how that goes. I already have an inkling of how it's going to go, but we'll see. Anyway, for Operation Valkyrie Phase 5, this is video 2 of some unnumbered series. And thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later.